Hey everyone, it is simultaneous, and I wanted to talk today about honesty within yourself, within your life, and who you are. Um, Not only when you're alone, but when you're around other people as well. The kind of person you are at that point. And my cat is getting on my stand. So this is resilience. He's chill, but he be trying me sometimes. And anyway, so honesty. And this is something that I've struggled with immensely myself. And basically, it was really consistently stemming back to the fact that people around me were these influences in my life and they didn't necessarily act up to their potential. So watching that is really difficult, and it kind of makes you want to do the same thing because you know all of these people around you that you care so deeply about. And Reese, hey, all of these people that you really care about in your life, and you can't even do anything to change their life, and you're aware of that. And really it comes down to if you have money, like and that's really what it is, because you can't like just tell somebody what they mean to you. Like, to some people it just truthfully means nothing to them. So that's really what it comes down to. And if you continue to lie to yourself about that, then you're not gonna have a lot of friends. And I'm really grateful for this dimension I'm in at this time, because it has taught me that when I choose myself, I'm alone, and it's worth it. Because I've seen so much. Like, I've seen everything, you know what I mean? Like, if you get it, you get it. And I've seen everything, and like the possibility of me being this version of myself that is like a people pleaser for the rest of my life, and just like trusts people over myself, and like chooses the love that I have for other people over the love I have for me. It's so like paralyzing to think about what it could have been. It makes you just want to sleep. Yeah. So it gets to the point that you realize you're not even depressed. You're feeling a natural human emotion that is being prolonged. And as soon as that emotion is prolonged, you will see a considerate spike in the treatment that others have for you, because they kind of assume that you don't respect yourself for choosing yourself and making it look like you're pushing everybody away. So you really come off as just disrespectful and ungrateful. And so when you're around that, the emotion is even more prolonged. And then you become this version that just exists outside of everything you know, and everything that you could be, and all of the potential that you could act on. And you can either stay there, or you can really try hard to you can really try hard to be exactly who you know that you can be. So that's a beautiful thing. And sometimes what makes me really upset is not even the fact that I don't have anybody to talk to about this, but the fact that I see it. And I mean, I'm grateful for it, but the fact that it could have been, hey, no, no, absolutely not. It could have been just so different from what it is. And that's another thing, I mean, confirmation, because you can so easily get distracted and resort right back to the dimension that you were in and the version of yourself that you were in, and like then you really have to learn to sit with it and come to grips with your reality. So when I talk to people and I'm really chill about my situation and I'm calm and collected and really trying to explain, like, if I'm scared or if I'm hurting or this or that, I'll try to explain to somebody the way I'm talking now, and they think I'm absolutely insane. And I couldn't be more flattered. Honestly, couldn't be more flattered, because it really shows me they're intimidated by me, and they want to bring me down. So it's kind of an honor to be here. It's great. So this is kind of a dimension of where I was at one point. It's a step up. It is. However, sometimes, I will say this, sometimes you can go that little dimension up. Sometimes you can get up a little closer. But sometimes you should just stop where you are, because if you just keep going and going and going and going, you can eventually start to disconnect from reality fully. And then you're just essentially a black hole. And if you get it, then you get it, and if you don't, then that's okay too. But I've been on the verge of being that black hole, and then I continuously, and sometimes you really have to do it every 5 seconds, and just like kind of like wake up. And that's another thing, lucid dreaming, because when I was a kid, I used to have these just otherworldly dreams, and sometimes I would kind of feel myself leaning, and then I'd have to like so I'm kind of getting to that point of my perspective where I can like back and forth all day, like shifting. And what has really helped me is using, and I will talk about this again, the internet as my resource and as my tool. And I've found that whenever somebody is hypnotized by content, hypnotized by influencers, and hypnotized by products, no, why do you think you can just get up there? Hypnotized by products, then they kind of just become this thing. Like, they're not actually necessarily here, but they can feel everything. So they're like closing their eyes and just walking into a wall. So that's exactly what that's like when you are not at the level of consciousness that you could be at. I love my words. I love my words and the way that I talk, and like just like and let me stop me there, because this is another thing. Reese, that's enough. Sometimes he really be acting up. For the most part, he's really good. Like, I don't even understand. He's so patient. And he's a cat, so I don't get it. But basically, when you shift out of that consciousness, and you become this version of yourself that is like all feeling and all seeing in a way. Like you gotta be both, because if you're one or the other, like you're gonna imbalance and you're gonna tell, and then or you're gonna not, and then it makes it worse. So that's exactly how I feel. Um so yes, as I was saying, loving myself, being able to get down, being able to talk about myself in the brightest light that I possibly can. Um, so nice. Because when I was in relationships with a majority of my exes, I just couldn't see myself. Well, in just about all of my relationships. And then it gets to the point where, like, you're insecure and, your relationship is a mirror of that. Reese, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. Here, I'll move these, but you gotta chill, okay? So, yeah, it feels really nice to say all of that stuff, because when you spend every day of your life learning and just teaching, and you don't get to have fun, like, that sucks. And I really needed to, like, be in that dimension, because I knew that it would, like, absolutely catapult me into exactly where I'm supposed to be, because I just couldn't spend another 10-20 years, like, being the version of myself that is insecure all the time and is in an unhappy relationship and, like, doesn't want to look at themselves in the mirror. And this is exactly right now, triple two, what I need to be doing. And I said that in my last one too, and if you feel it, then you feel it, and if you don't, then, like, maybe you will eventually. And if you keep watching my videos and, like, don't take my advice if it doesn't resonate with your life. It has to really, like, sit with you, and, like, you gotta feel it. Like, something is right or wrong when you, like, feel it. You gotta feel it, and so when somebody's making you feel bad about yourself, you feel it, and you're like, ugh. But then you start to get better, and you, like, raise that energy into more of, like, your heart chakra, and you're like, ooh. Like, when you're doing something right, you go, ooh. And this is it. And I'm just, like, I like to talk about this stuff because I want other people to really resonate with where I'm coming from, because I know my people are probably just about where I am right now. And so if they hear this, then we're doing great. Bueno trabajo. Bueno trabajo. Muy bueno. Muy. Very good job. Very good job. Do a little dance. Celebrate yourself. Because, like, that's what it comes down to as well. If you can't really, like, sit with yourself, even if it's just 5 minutes a day, and be like, wow, I did so much today. And nobody saw me all day. Nobody has seen me for 25 years, and I've done so much to learn and to progress and to excel. And what really hurts me is to think about the version of myself that I could have been, that would have chose to hurt people, instead of putting that hurt and the projected pain aside and realizing who I am, because I'm not that. First and foremost, I'm not that pain. And second of all, I'm not the person that projects it onto other people that I care about. Actually, I deep down care about. Like, why am I going to sit here and inconvenience myself because other people don't know how to handle their emotions? Like, that's what it really, really comes down to, is, are you willing to jeopardize your livelihood, your present, your future success, and just your overall mentality. For somebody who is not willing to take the time to see what a beautiful creation they are within themselves and who they are, and learn about them, learn about who they are as a person, and go on the same exact journey that you have found yourself in, if you're listening to this video. Or would you rather see yourself because you know nobody else will? And that's I mean the most painful thing, excuse me, is to really sit with yourself. If you meditate, yoga, just go on a walk, is to really just, sit in your head and be like, nobody is going to help me. Nobody nobody is going to help me that is in my current dimension. So I need to leave. That's the greatest predicament of all. Because you know you don't belong here. If you're watching this, and if you're listening and hearing my words, you know. And you feel it. And you know me. You know me. Like, I know you know me. Like, somebody is here watching me watch them. Watching me talk to them is a better way to say it. Watching me talk to them from an outside perspective, like watching their self talk to themselves. Akisha Lakan. Because everybody is everybody. And when I experience somebody who is unaware of that fact, then I start to like turtle within myself and kind of treat myself like I'm on the outside. When realistically, like, I've been in, like, you've been in, if you get this, like, we're there. We're already there. But the problem is, like, we think that we're this person that is just so awful for feeling joy and so awful for, like, having connection and love, because we watch these people every day around us not allow themselves to experience that experience of just genuine peace and everything that we came here to be initially. Like, this is what we came here to be, but there's always going to be like that little fraction of life that's trying to like wake you out of it, distract you. And when I really started like fighting that energy and like sitting with myself, it got louder, and now it's at the point where like it's so angry, and I'm not doing anything wrong, so I'm not going to blame myself, and I'm not going to hate on myself. I'm not going to tell myself that I am that energy, because I'm not. And I feel it every day, and I feel like I'm being watched every day, and I feel like something is looking at me and staring at me, waiting for me to mess up every day of my life. And not everybody feels that. And so, really experiencing that within myself and accepting that feeling made me feel so lonely. And it's such a blessing. It really was such a blessing in disguise, because I'm at that point now where I'm in pain every day. Like, everything hurts, and it's literally because I'm in this dimension that I don't belong in. And if you find yourself somewhere that you don't belong, then it is going to absolutely destroy everything that you are, and try to take your soul after that. because I've let that energy destroy me so many times. And then I realized that I am not that. I used to think that I was that energy, like watching this movie, essentially. And it's, I mean, if you don't know it, then you just don't know it. Like it's so hard to put into words, and I don't even want to say it in a way that would hex me, because if you just know, then you just know. And so it's basically all I'm saying, like it's so hard to like sit down with somebody and really like feel this connection with them as well, because I mean, darkness is just absolutely reigning right now, and that is the problem, and it shouldn't be that way, but it is. And you know, the economy is ruling, and the presidency is ruling, and the government is ruling, and it's not that. I don't care. Like, I don't like to get political because I know. I've heard everything. I swear, I've heard just about everything. And I need to say that it's getting to the point where people who reign in this dimension are beginning to overwhelm every other dimension that is in existence in general. And it's essentially overtaking. But we can either let it do that or we cannot. And I see so many people every day that are letting it win, and they're letting themselves hurt, and they're letting themselves be in pain, and they think that it is them. No. And I mean, wow, I'm kind of impressed. I'm kind of impressed by like how horribly this world is reacting to chaos. And I'm impressed by how this world is utterly oblivious to any light, any light at all. Because I've been so many things. I've been so many people. I've been so many places and done so many things. And when, say, for me, this is like a really hard part for me, because, okay, so I've been in relationships that make me feel absolutely horrible about myself. And it just makes me feel like I don't deserve to be this beautiful version of myself that I am becoming, because I know this I know this other significant person is not going to shift with me, and I'm aware of that. And like that, I mean, wow. Like what a painful experience. Like what a painful take a shot every time, right? Okay, what a painful catastrophe, right? To view what is essentially another version of yourself absolutely suffering, and you just can't do anything. Like, you just have to watch it. You have to watch it, you have to accept it, and you still have to be civil with them. And like, wow. Like, to have to put your security of your mental into uh in endangering the welfare of your mental and your mental stability every day, just so that you can like get by, because you know you're not necessarily strong enough to like fight that yet. So you're just like surviving it, like, because And I'm so tired of being quiet. I'm so tired of being, you know, hush about it, because I just can't anymore. And it's like really starting to decrease the quality of my life, decrease the quality of my bank account and my mentality and my friends and my everything in my life. I mean, because I just was going such a long time trying to figure out how to speak up about it. And it's hard to talk about. It really is, because I know that, like, when I do talk about it, the people that are not fighting the good fight are going to get offended. And, you have to be aware that people are going to get offended when you are stable within who you are and you love yourself and you love the people around you, even if you know that they wouldn't do the same for you in certain situations. Excuse me. And you know that you're just watching all of these people be so far from who you are. And I have to be honest about that. So, like, getting on the internet and just, like, totally opening your heart to, like, all of these people that you don't know. Like, I don't know, like, anybody who is necessarily watching this to a T. So it's really difficult to, like, express who I am in front of literally anybody who could be watching me. Like, there's so many people that could have bad intent, and like, that's terrifying. And, like, I've hidden for so long, for as long as I can remember, since I was, like, self-aware. Due to the fact that I know that I'm in grave danger, like, just expressing myself. And I mean, that is also immensely dehumanizing and disheartening, and utterly, like, it just breaks you. And you, like, cuz okay, for me, like, I know that, like, I'm a camera person. I really am. Like, you either got it, like, okay, in terms of My Little Pony, like, I have a camera. Like, that is my cutie mark. If that, like, kind of, is a good analogy. But like, an easy description of what I'm trying to say. So um so for me to hide myself, because I know that people are going to be jealous. I know that people are going to want to take my life. I know that people are going to want to take it because they can't have it. I know all these things. And so, like, being aware of that and seeing that future, seeing that timeline and dimension is just like, wow, okay, I need to sit here because because everybody in that life is gonna hurt me. Like, a majority of people in that life are gonna want to take my life. And, like, that will keep you stuck. Like, it will. If you really let it consume you, it will. And so, like, that is why it is so important for me to, like, talk about it. Because I always felt like I wasn't meant to confide in a counselor. Always. I always knew that it just wasn't right. Because, like, one person, right? Okay, think about it. Two people in a room. Like, they just are most likely gonna have polar antonym mindsets and oculuses. And so you're trying to, like, openly confide in this person. And, like, they're built to not get connected and attached to you. That's not right. So why am I going to put myself in the situation where I am trying to force myself to be comfortable with this person that can't get comfortable with me? Like, it is their job to not get comfortable with me. Like, I'm trying to sit down and have some tea. And I'm trying to sit down and get to know you. So it's like, Like they purposely, okay, so here's the best way to word what I'm saying. Some people intentionally choose to dismiss you. Some people intentionally want to make you feel like you have no validity and you have no power and you are powerless and you have no money and you have no that and this and that. And they'll get all in your face. So that's when like you really have to cut it off. And I know like I'm jumping all over like different topics. That is the energy right now. Like it is getting crazy out here and I need you guys to know like I really felt the need to like get back on the internet because I knew that it was time, first of all, and that it is getting really dangerous and people are like really willing to hurt each other over this fight, and that is not okay. Because I watch it every day. Like, I really watch people every single day take everything that they feel out on each other and basically, like, they spiritually demolish each other every single day. And then the next day they just wake up and act like it never even happened. And that's like really traumatizing when you sit and think about that. So like I definitely found myself in a variety of relationships like that, and I realized that I obviously had a part in it, but there's always that little line that you have to draw, right? There's always this little line that you have to draw between you and another person. If you step over this line and you treat me in a way that I wouldn't treat myself, then I have to cut you off. And I have to sever this tie between us. And that is painful. Because obviously, everybody is everybody. You're going to feel that cut too. So, like, if you're really willing, right? Listen to this. If you're really willing to sever this tie and feel that pain with that person, that shows business. So just know that if somebody is really on your mind and you know that they're not good for you, or you are aware that they are not in correlation to the highest potential that you are capable of carrying, it ain't it. And you gotta snip it. You gotta snip it. Because most of the time people are looking for somebody to live their life for them. And when I finally started living my own right, and I cut off the people that were like trying to live through me, I realized that I'm like alive. I realized that I'm a human being, and I realized that like I'm my own human being. And I mean, it was so beautiful, but it was simultaneously like one of the hardest pills I had swallowed up to that point, because you really have to like it gets to the point where like you thought that you had to take responsibility for this relationship as a whole, but you just have to take responsibility for the fact that you're taking responsibility for that relationship. Like you really just have to like be honest about it, and you have to sit with yourself and like really see yourself, because you also have to come to the conclusion in those relationships that this person is not going to see you, right? So you're like continuously going to be compensating for this other party that is like kind of weighing you down, but then like some days are really good and then like other days like are just absolutely horrible, and when it's bad and it's bad. And then like but sometimes like he'll get you like a chocolate bar. It's not worth it. Like girl power out here. Like when you really when you if you really need a connection and you cannot find a man, get a girlfriend, and like I swear they'll teach you everything you need to know. And like I've never dated a woman, but like I've been very close because I thought that there was just no connection the way that like two females could have a connection. But then again, it's still that step up, right? So like you have a girl that in your life that is like really exactly what you think you need and exactly who you think you are, and then you realize that it's not even anything like that. And like I'm not pansexual, I'm not bi, and like no hate, but that's not who I am. But like essentially what I'm saying is that it really is unfortunate that I almost had to like live my whole life with a female because like men are so quick. Wow, this sounds so insensitive. This is for any gender. Like if you're a female or you're a male, like there's always going to be that opposite sex that like makes you feel absolutely horrible about yourself, is like what I'm trying to say. And if you give in to that, then it's so much easier to like sell your soul over to them, because if you have a friend that is a girl and you are a girl, then you're like quicker to take that step to like step back, is what I'm trying to say. And if you're a man and you have like a man friend, then you're like gonna be like, okay, we're not dating, so why are you making me feel like we're dating? So like it, for me, like I got to the point in my life where I was like, I'm reckless dating. Like I need to chill. And for me, chilling meant like being friends with girls, because it would really help me see like the emotional aspect of life that like that nobody was kind of showing me in a way. Um so when I really stepped back and like looked at my friends that were girls, I was like, so basically anybody can take advantage of you, even if they are your friend, family, neighbor, whoever. Literally is what this all boils down to, and like the main conclusion of what I'm saying is anybody in your life can hurt you. And the the more likely that you are to um give yourself away to this person, then the less likely that you are to be your full self. So take that how it resonates, because it is really important to not force yourself to resonate with something if you do not. And I want to make that very clear, because I have tried to force myself into dimensions that like I'm just genuinely not meant to be in. And that's okay. And that's probably a good thing. That's probably a very good thing. Whew. Because I know where I could be right now. And that really hurts me. Like, it hurts me because I could have been it. Like, it doesn't hurt me because I don't even know how to word it. Like, it doesn't hurt me because it just kind of, okay, what I'm trying to say, like, it reminds me that I can't get too close to people that I don't trust. Because if you are really pushing yourself to like be this person that everybody needs all the time, then oh my gosh, you're literally going to be projecting into all of these people. Like you're going to be siphoning your energy for all of these different people, right? That is your chakra. Like that is all of your chakras, and you're just picking at them, right? You're picking at them so that other people can like have a smile on their face for 2 minutes. And that's not right. To yourself. To yourself. Because you got to think who's really going to use your like who's really going to use your energy for good. And if the answer is nobody that is in your current life, then I'm sorry for you, and I need you to be honest about that. Because if I had gotten to the point myself where I was dishonest about the way that other people made me feel, and the way my job made me feel, and the way that my situation made me feel, I would just completely dominate my emotional standpoint and I would just be a robot. And like, I'm so aware of that, and I see people do it all the time. And I make these videos, like, I can't watch anybody do it anymore, and I know that there's people that can reciprocate what I'm saying out there, because I'm really tired of hearing people say that, like, nobody is good, men suck, women suck, everybody sucks. Like, okay, so if men and women suck, like, then, like, who does that leave? Not everybody sucks. I don't suck. So you got the wrong guy. And when you finally really embody that confidence because you are taking your energy back, then you're headed in the right dimension. um so bear this message in mind if it does resonate. And if not, maybe my next one will. If not all of it did, maybe a little bit of it did. So I do wish everybody joyful energy, right? And y'all just keep doing what you're doing, because majority of the time we're doing a great job and we just don't know how to give ourselves credit. So keep doing your thing. I will see you in my next video.